Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to AMW Showdown. Here's JR with a special interview with Chase Emery. Let's head to him.
Well, fill me in on how we doing tonight. I'll tell you, anytime I'm driving through Kentucky, this is a one-stop destination for me. I love coming through here. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, wait a second. Here's Lord Murphy Costigan, Bobby Blade. I don't think we got a chance to get to it, but Chase Emery has a huge match against Stan Sierra tonight. You know, Chase has mentioned that a win over Stan could put him into title contention for the Southeastern Championship, but here's the champion with the chain.
Oh, look at that, look at that. He's got the chain wrapping it around his fist. He's using the power of the punch to the midsection. That's 2 shots right there, right to the gut.
Someone get him out of there. Come on.
Lord Murphy Costigan working over Chase Emery. 3 shots to the midsection of Chase Emery by Lord Murphy Costigan, the Southeastern champion.
I mean, with this main event tonight, clearly, Bobby Blade, he is in there to soften up Chase Emery.
Oh, 100%. There's no doubt in my mind that's exactly what he had in mind for tonight. Cut him off right almost as soon as he began talking during his interview.
I mean, Bobby, you know, Chase Emery does have a pinfall over Lord Murphy Costigan, so surely he sees the threat in Chase Emery.
Absolutely, and I think that's what Lord Murphy Costigan had in mind here, get some revenge for that pinfall loss in that tag team match that they had a few weeks ago here on Showdown.
You know, you're looking at Chase Emery right now. I mean, holding that midsection, Bobby. You know, 3 punches with that chain to the midsection. That's going to mess with your airflow.
It absolutely will. I mean, I call it, quote unquote, the power of the punch.
Well, AMW Showdown. We got a lot more coming up. Let's go. Well, welcome in once again to AMW Showdown, and Bobby Blade, look who is walking through the curtain right now of the box office Blondes, and you see the titles in hand. That is Big Rex making his way out for this contest. And Bobby, we saw the debut of Adam Swayze last week on AMW Showdown, and they are making an impact early.
They absolutely are. The New South Tag Team Champions, the Box Office Blondes, Hollywood Adam Swayze and Big Rex. And you see who came out with them, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Tony Presley's out there, and did I see JR with him?
You did see JR with him.
I'm so sorry for JR.
He looked a little reluctant, but I think he's starting to learn his place within Tony Presley's AMW, you know?
I mean, he's doing whatever he can to get his partner back in AMW, Bobby.
Absolutely. In case you missed it last week, Tony Presley has announced that he has fired the G-Man, Gary Ward, from commentary, who is JR's best friend. He's also suspended Rated X Jimmy Walls.
Right. So here we are back again at the AMW Showdown broadcast booth, and let's talk about the match at hand. You got the Box Office Blondes in the ring. They are the New South Wrestling, Tony Presley's New South Wrestling Tag Team Champions. And you want to talk about teams that they have beaten in the past. You know, you want to look at teams like Colorblind, which is a part of, one of them is a part of AMW. That's Chris Crow. You know, Chris Crow and Evil Eric Porter. But look who's coming out to the ring, Bobby Blade.
It's Zexy Z Collins.
The hometown boy,
hey,
Zexy Zee Collins.
Look at him, he's on fire. He's on fire.
He is ready to go for tonight's contest against Big Rex. I mean, I honestly kind of worry about his chances in here, but you know what? You got the hometown crowd behind you. Who knows what kind of action you'll be able to bring with the momentum of your hometown fans and friends and family. He went to school here.
Yeah, you said it right there. You know, this is his hometown. This is the hometown boy. He has the hometown field advantage. However, he is facing off in his hometown debut. Is this his debut in his hometown? Against Big Rex, who is a huge, huge individual with a lot of accomplishments behind him as well, you know.
Now, I will correct you. Zexy Zee Collins did have one more match in his hometown last year.
Okay.
But nonetheless, this is his biggest challenge yet in his hometown. But Bobby Blade, I want to go back and look at some of the people that they have beaten as the New South Wrestling Tag Team Champions that the Box Office Blondes has. You know, you also got to look at teams like Misery and Zodiac. They were together in New South Wrestling at one point. They beat them. They've been in the ring with guys like Marty Clay, Jay Lethal. You know, our heavyweight champion, Marty Clay, has been in the ring with the Box Office Blondes and, you know, has fallen to them, but has also defeated them. So, I mean, you want to look at the guys that the Box Office Blondes have been in the ring with. They are dangerous, and I don't want to be in their way.
Absolutely not. You know, like you said, they have a wealth of teams that have fallen victim to the Box Office Blondes, and you know they're not the New South Tag Team Champions by default. You know,
no.
they've earned those titles.
They've held on to those titles since 2023, Bobby Bull.
They absolutely have. So, you know, they're coming in here with a stacked roster of wins, you know, behind them.
They captured those titles on March 19th of 2023 as they defeated Chris Crow and Sean Hoodrich in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, Bobby Blade. Oh, look out now. The girls are behind Z here.
Zexy Z Collins. You know, I'm wondering if he just misspelled sexy.
No, I think that's.
Is that a new adjective?
Yeah. We need to ask him what that's about. But Big Rex in the ring. Zexy Zee Collins on the other side. And here we go. As our opening match of Showdown this week is now underway. Again, earlier in the night, we saw Lord Murphy Costigan taking out Chase Emery with a chain multiple times to the midsection. He's in the main event, but how's he going to fare? And look at the power there of Big Rex.
Just shoved him completely down.
I mean, Big Rex is he's a big individual. I mean, he's what, I think he's about 6'6", 6'7".
Easily.
Near 400 pounds.
Easily. But the thing is, though, is he moves like a cruiserweight.
Oh, he does. He does.
You know, he's not just some lumbering big man, you know, stumbling around the ring and everything. You know, he can really move in there. He can get it done and get up and down and everything else.
That he can. But right now, it's just like he's toying with Z Collins.
Yeah. Z Collins standing in the corner there, you know, thinking about what Big Rex has done to him twice, just shoved him down twice. What does he got to do to take this big man out? He ducks up underneath and starts firing up lefts and rights on the midsection. And look at that, kicking the knees.
A flurry of offense, but to no avail. Oh, no. Into the corner, he sends him charging in. Z moves out of the way. Z going back into him with the flurry of fists in the corner. Now Z into the corner once again. Charging in. Big splash on the Big Rex. Rex is stumbling here. Can he take the big man down? There's a clothesline. And another one. Now charging in off the ropes. Caught.
Spinning sidewalk slam.
Oh my goodness.
That definitely put some damage on Zexy Z Collins. Look at Tony Presley yelling at the crowd on the floor. You know, you can't forget about what Tony Presley did a few weeks ago at the Weekend of Champions to Kyle Maggard.
Last week to Marty Quay.
Yeah, absolutely. And then he banned Kyle Maggard from the building a couple weeks ago as well.
And then, you know, and then X has been suspended. Gary's been fired. I mean, oh my goodness.
You saw a right hand by Adam Swayze on the Zexy Z Collins right there. Look at the look of disgust on JR's face. But then as soon as Tony Presley turns around to look at him, he denies that he was disgusted looking there.
You know, again, Kyle Maggard last week, you know, comes in with a chair, Bobby Blade.
Yeah, he did.
And, you know, he doesn't like what's going on with New South Wrestling here. Not at all. He does not like seeing Tony Presley as the president of AMW and bringing in this New South regime, and there's a headbutt there.
Well, the thing is, you know, you talk about the New South regime, you know, Kyle Maggard has to learn how to fall in line, how to fall in place here with Tony Presley's plans. Yeah, I think that AMW has flourished under the leadership of Tony Presley in just the last few weeks alone.
Flourishing under New South?
Yeah.
Under Tony Presley?
Yeah.
No.
He's a gracious boss. He put us on commentary.
Well, he put us on commentary, but I'm a producer here.
That's fine. You're on commentary now, pal.
Now Z Collins sent into the corner, and his whole body just bouncing off the top there. That top turnbuckle. Now bringing him back to vertical base. Rex.
Oh, man.
Scoop, slam. He's just toying with him right now.
Yeah, that was with authority. Oh, look at this right here. Pulling off the elbow pad. What's he going to do?
Maybe looking for maybe that Hollywood elbow. Oh, he moves out of the way. Look at the frantic face on the outside there of Hollywood Adam Swayze. Uh-oh, he's mad now. He's mad. He's charging in. Z is taking advantage of it, though. Z with punches. Firing off against Big Rex. Here's a clothesline. Can he get the big man down? Big body splash from Z. And the back elbow. Can he get the big man down?
Oh, that's a second back elbow. That's rocked him. It's rocked him. Rex is in the corner. Buckle.
Now charging in. Maybe looking for that big splash. Connects with it again. Z one more time. Connects. Z getting everything he possibly can in the tank here.
Yeah, hit him with a third splash in a row. Looks like he got him hooked for a bulldog.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Caught.
Rex had his number. He's holding him up and just chucks him.
Oh, my goodness. Did you see the height on that chuck there, Bobby
He
Blade?
was at least 7.5 feet in the air.
Now sending him in. Pop up
Oh,
into the choke slam from Big Rex. This has to be it. The pin. 1, 2. Good night.
That's it. The hometown boy falls to Big Rex.
My goodness. I've never seen a pop-up choke slam like that.
Delivered with such violence.
Oh, I know. Oh, no, come on.
Oh, look at that. Just stomping a mud hole through him now. Adam Swayze into the ring to applaud on his longtime tag team partner, Big Rex.
Oh, come on. This is enough now. This is enough.
What do you mean enough? It's not quite enough.
It's over. The match is over.
After the bell, it's all academic now.
Oh, no.
Got him
No.
Got him up on the shoulder. Oh,
Here comes Kyle Maggard. Maggard back out, Bobby Blade.
Firing up with right hands on the Big Rex. Here comes Hollywood Adam Swayze from behind. Big punch. Oh, my goodness. Did you see the velocity on that punch?
Laying out Swayze, but there's a big clothesline. Of course, remember, Kyle, he made the save last week. He wasn't there to save Marty Quay. He wants this regime gone, and he is doing everything he possibly can. But unfortunately, right now, Oh, no. No, no, no.
Oh, look
No.
at this. Bad intentions and my
No. My goodness.
Oh, look, here's
no, that's Marty.
Clay.
Marty Clay's out.
He's brawling with Adam Swayze.
Oh, no.
My goodness.
The numbers game, Bobby Boyd.
Yeah, that forearm shot just took down Marty Clay. All it took was one shot.
Talk about the shiver there.
Yeah, now Adam Swayze was wearing out the head of Marty Clay.
Oh, no. And then Tony Presley barking orders here. No.
Oh, man.
No. Oh, no.
Oh, look at that. Oh, my goodness. That's got to be the end of Marty Clay.
Uranagi powerbomb combo. Oh, no. This has got to be it for these guys.
It's got to be.
No, and he's just draping the box office blonde shirt over the face. You hear Tony Presley, the new era of AMW.
His era, as he said.
Oh, no.
Yeah, tell him, Tony. That's our boss.
Bobby, you say that's our boss doing this, but you know what? Our boss shouldn't be doing things like that. Shouldn't be destroying talent in the ring.
Well, he just did. He can do whatever he wants. He's the AMW president and CEO. He instructed the box office blondes to destroy Marty Clay and Kyle Maggard, and they did just that.
Well, you see the destruction. Did he just say he's the daddy?
He did. Well, and he's right. I mean, this is his baby. So that makes him the daddy.
You see the destruction in the ring. You see Kyle Maggard laid out. You see Marty Clay. There's JR checking on Kyle Maggard. Kyle Maggard and JR go back a long way, Bobby Boy.
Now, why is JR checking on Kyle Maggard?
Because he has concern for him.
He works for Tony Presley.
Who cares if he works for Tony Presley?
Oh, look at that. He just saw him.
Threatening to fire him with Gary. And you can see in the face.
Oh, yeah.
You can see Tony Presley just talking smack to Kyle Maggard, slapping him in the face.
Look at JR shivering in fear from Tony Presley.
I don't believe what I'm seeing. Bobby Blade, we got more AMW Showdown on the way. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this break.
Are you ready?
We are back on AMW Showdown, and if you take a look at what's going on during the break here, we're trying to get the bodies of Kyle Maggard and Marty Clay out of the ring. This is disgusting what Tony Presley and company have done.
A lot of carnage just happened and everything. Kyle Maggard viciously attacked. Marty Clay viciously attacked. You see the aftermath right there of what happened. Kyle Maggard being helped to the back by the Mega Destroyer and referee Dustin.
This is absolute madness, Bobby. Let's head over now to Hometown 24. They have a special announcement with John Noble.
Wrestling fans, J.R. Everidge here with Hometown 24 and Appalachian Mountain Wrestling with a very special announcement. With me today, of course, is Mr. John Noble. John, welcome aboard.
Glad to be here.
I know a lot of the wrestling fans are probably curious as about right now what this announcement's going to be. I'm going to let you elaborate a little bit and tell the fans exactly what is going on.
Yeah, absolutely. After a lot of thought, a lot of prayer, a lot of discussion, I think anybody that follows AMW is pretty familiar that, I've not been full-time, both feet in this thing in a long, long time. And with that in mind, as there comes a point in your life when you get a little bit older and things don't come to you quite as easy as they normally do. The getting in shape is a little tougher. The physical pain of everything is a little bit tougher, and the amount of time that it takes to really be good at a craft just doesn't fit in your schedule anymore. And with all those things in mind, after talking to the powers that be in AMW and everybody, we just feel like it's in our best interest, in my best interest, if 2025 is my last year in professional wrestling.
Wow, what an announcement. Well, John, you've certainly been very well traveled. You've become a household name everywhere you've been. You've, like I say, well traveled is just cutting it short with you. I tell you, you've really been out there in several titles, all the accolades that you've accomplished in your wrestling career. And I know a lot of fans are going to take this, I guess, readily, but still.
The thing of it is, we had my first match in 1997.
Yeah.
There are people that used to watch me wrestle then who brought their children to the shows.
Right.
And now those children are bringing their children to the AMW event. So it's like, when at that point, you're talking about 3 generations, you're very blessed if you get to be involved in the greatest sport in the world that long. And I'm extremely proud of everything that I've done. I'm extremely proud of my role in being on the bottom floor of AMW and watching it get built into the premier promotion in the Southeast today. I take a lot of pride in my role in that. And for me to go out on my own terms with their blessing, I think is tremendous, and I'm really looking forward to it.
I would like to ask you one thing. If you don't care to clear us up on a few things here, what's some of your fondest memories in AMW?
Obviously being a part of the first event at Buckhorn High School, being there, teaming with a good friend of mine, Brad Thomas, against one of the best tag teams in the world today, the Heat Seekers, was big. Obviously winning the AMW title over WWE superstar Al Snow, Dan Richards, Stan Sierra, that's a tremendous honor to be the guy that comes out of that match as the AMW champion. I was proud of the way I defended the title. Wasn't proud of the way I lost it. Not necessarily proud of the fact that I didn't get it back, really. But I'm proud of the effort. I thought I had some great matches with Kyle Maggard, with Marty Clay, with Stan Sierra, and several others. I'm hugely proud of the work I've done in AMW. And then everything before that was just kind of getting me in position to where I could be part of the foundation of something as special as Appalachian Mountain Wrestling. So I take a lot of pride in that as well.
Well, you certainly had your place among the superstars.
Well, I appreciate that.
You really have.
I was fortunate enough to break into the sport with tremendous talent, guys that were willing to teach you, no matter how fun or how painful sometimes those lessons were. You're an old school guy. You ain't always sit behind an announce table. But again, all those things put me in a position to be a part of the foundation of what has become AMW.
Well, I want to speak for the AMW commentary team. It's certainly been an honor working with you, Mr. John Noble.
Thank you, JR. Appreciate it.
Okay, fans, you heard the announcement right here. 24, hometown, AMW.
Are you the one to just
Welcome back to AMW Showdown, and Bobby Blade, what a huge announcement there.
Wow, a 28-year career comes to an end very soon. John Noble, been around forever, has taught a lot of guys. A lot of guys are in the business he's responsible for.
Absolutely. John Noble's an absolute legend in this area. Everybody loves John Noble. We love John Noble, and it's absolutely a fitting in to a long career. And Bobby Blade, we're going to have more on John's final matches and AMW in weeks to come. So stay tuned to AMW Showdown. But in the ring now, Bobby Blade, we have Zodiac and Anthony Coolie. Zodiac has let me know that he's taking on a new moniker. He is now the Mad Taylor Michael Zodiac.
The Mad Taylor Michael Zodiac. What an interesting change, Well, the thing is, though, is it's almost kind of like he shed that old persona of the Zodiac the Mystic.
Look at the transformation that Zodiac has had ever since his contest at Weekend of Champions with Misery, where he lost the mask in a monstrous ball match. He's taken this moment to turn himself into this new identity of himself, and I'm going to be quite honest with you. I'm excited to see how Michael Zodiac progresses here in AMW.
Absolutely. I'm a fan of Michael Zodiac. He's been around forever. Roughly about 25 years or so. He is a ring veteran. The old persona of Zodiac the Mystic, ran through the competition, and I'm sure that's still going to continue and everything. However, like I said, a new look, a new attitude. He's more aggressive, I think, is what he's becoming. He's becoming unhinged a little bit, without that mask.
I feel like he could become more sinister than ever.
Yeah, we're watching the evolution of Michael Zodiac in real time.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah. Absolutely right, Bobby Blade.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen the footage of him losing that mask to Misery, go check it out on our YouTube channel, AMW Weekend of Champions from Jackson, Kentucky. You can see all of that footage there, plus a great night of action.
Here's a lockup in the center of the ring between Coolie and Zodiac. Has him backed up into the corner. Oh, moves out of the way.
Oh, man. Huge chop by Michael Zodiac. Oh.
And another one lighting up Coolie here. And one more, and Coolie going down.
Michael Zodiac, taking charge of this matchup right here against Anthony Coolie. Is this the first time that we've seen Anthony Coolie in action on Showdown? I believe it is, right?
I believe so. I do believe so, yes.
Well, it's the first time I've done commentary for a match. I can say that for sure.
Coolie's been a veteran of the wrestling business, and especially in the Virginia area. And, you see him coming over into Kentucky every once in a while here with AMW. And, you do not want to sell Anthony Coolie short by any means.
I asked Rated X this on commentary a few weeks ago about Michael Zodiac. Zodiac losing his mask. What does that do to his his psychology, to his psyche and everything? What does that do to his demeanor? Like I said, I think that it's made him more aggressive. It's made him more, unhinged and everything. What's your take on this?
Bobby, I'll have to agree with you on this because you're right. He is becoming. Oh, hey now.
Right to the eyes.
He is becoming a little more unhinged. He's expressing his personality a lot more than he has in the past. And you can see it in his face that this is maybe the reset he needed.
Yeah. Expressing his personality is exactly right. He's showing a side of him that we didn't get to see as Zodiac the Mystic when he had the mask on.
We have seen so many iterations of Zodiac. We have seen him evolve year after year, decade after decade, because yes, he's been wrestling for quite a while with in this business, and now we're seeing, I think in my eyes, we might be seeing the best version of Michael Zodiac that we've seen.
I'll have to agree with that. You know, Zodiac the Mystic, he was always very, violent. He had a straightforward way of doing things. However, now, Zodiac. Oh, my goodness. Michael Zodiac, in this more unhinged personality and everything is going to bring more to the table than Zodiac the Mystic did. You see it right there, whipping him with the tape measure. And he's measuring him. Do you see that?
Measuring him. Yeah. And a kick right into the spine there.
The Mad Taylor taking control of the action. Oh, wait a minute.
There's one thing that won't change, I don't think. I think we're going to see that heart punch maybe.
He went for the Asiatic spike, which is the Needle's Kiss, is what he's deemed it to be.
He was looking for that Needle's Kiss, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Trying to find a rope here. Coolie here, I think that was almost kind of a frantic moment because he knew that Needle's Kiss was coming.
Yeah, just snatched the headlock out of desperation, trying anything he can do to stop that Needle's Kiss from nailing him, from stabbing him, I might say, Needle.
And now back up to vertical base. Michael Zodiac fighting out of it here. The Mad Taylor. And a headbutt.
That head's still just as hard as it was, under the hood.
Oh, absolutely. Zodiac charging in.
Oh, man.
Avalanche into the corner.
Yeah, almost ran right through him.
And another. And a short arm clothesline to finish it off here.
Oh, he's got the thumbs up. He's going to dig in for that Needle's Kiss.
Maybe looking for it here. Nope, Coolie catches him with a drop kick. Yeah. Nicely done.
That's second time that he's been able to escape that. He's got him set up here. Might be wasting a little bit too much time. Needs to go after a man like Michael Zodiac.
Looking for that super kick. Got him hooked.
Oh,
there's the Needle's Kiss.
He's got it in. He's got it in. He's digging into that throat.
Oh, he's got him down. He's got him down. He's losing air.
Referee Dustin needs to check on him here.
He is. I think he's done. I think he's done.
That's it.
He's out.
That's it, yeah.
Coolie is gone. So Michael Zodiac, your victor over Anthony Coolie. And again, we're looking at that unhingedness coming to the forefront of Michael Zodiac.
The Mad Taylor.
Wow, what a match we saw there here on AMW Showdown. Stand by. We got a lot more coming up. Wait, hold on. I thought he was heading to the back here. Hang on.
Oh,
he's got the needle.
Oh my goodness.
He's got the needle. What is he doing with it? Okay, referee Dustin able to get him to drop that needle. That needle just stuck into the canvas there. So, and he's trying to get him back.
Oh, it is again. Yes, he's taking him down again.
Oh, no, come on. Now, this might be enough. This might be enough. Zodiac heading out and guys, all right. He's going to get that tape measure. Now let's take a moment to reset. We got a lot more coming up here on AMW Showdown. Lexington, Kentucky, AMW is coming your way on Sunday night, June 15th, as we invade the Lexington Ice Center. Come spend your Father's Day with us, along with New South Wrestling. Tickets will be on sale soon. Go to amwrestling.com for more information. Welcome back to AMW Showdown. Aaron Rose alongside Lone Wolf Bobby Blade. You can see it right now. Former AMW heavyweight champion Stan Sierra getting ready to make his way to the ring for this main event contest tonight.
Former heavyweight champion Stan Sierra, indeed, coming off of a 1,238-day reign as AMW champion, and that's not something to laugh at.
No, not at all.
That's one heck of an accomplishment.
Something you did not see in this region in the Southeast, or hardly in the nation. So you can see our former heavyweight champion on his way to the ring, and Bobby Blade, this is his very first match since the Weekend of Champions, in which Marty Clay was able to dethrone him of that championship.
You heard the words of the double ace, Adrian Alexander, the longest reigning AMW heavyweight champion, and he's not lying. Like I said, 1,238-day reign is very, very, very impressive.
Bobby, you are absolutely correct. I mean, he defeated so many people in that reign ever since he picked up that AMW heavyweight championship, but now it's starting over because he's got the opportunity to work his way back up the ranks and become the AMW heavyweight champion once again down the road. We got a big match coming up next. It's Chase Emery, Stan Sierra. After this final break, stay tuned. Pro Wrestling Tees is your home for all AMW merchandise. Want a new metal logo tee? Check. Our classic logo tee? Check. How about some of your favorites like Kyle Maggard, Stan Sierra, Eddie Browning, John Noble, and more? Head over to ProWrestlingTees.com/Appalachian Mountain Wrestling and find your favorite shirt today. Don't forget to look at the Pro Wrestling Tees site for all of the latest sales. Get your AMW merchandise today. Whether it was wind, rain, or lightning, AWP Roofing is here to help. AWP Roofing works with you and your insurance company to make sure your home is taken care of. AWP Roofing stands for quality, and that's what you will get when your roof is entrusted into the hands of Tony Presley and crew. Call 502-319-3071. That's 502-319-3071 for your estimate today. Next week on May 17th, AMW invades Hazard High School for AMW Showdown DX. Billy Gunn will be in attendance, leading everyone, and he will be in action for this special event. Doors open at 5 p.m. for the meet and greet. Bell time at 7 p.m. Special VIP tickets are on sale now, which guarantees a meeting with Billy Gunn. Purchase your tickets on amwrestling.com. This event supports the Hazard High School softball team. That's AMW Showdown live at Hazard High School in Hazard, Kentucky. Bell time, 7 p.m. We'll see you at ringside. Welcome back. Stan Sierra in the ring along with Adrian Alexander, our main event coming up here. And you can see it now. Chase Emery might be reeling from earlier in the night, the attack by Lord Murphy Costigan. You can see the ribs taped up there, Bobby Blade.
Yeah, he was attacked 3 different shots with a chain to the midsection, and you see the bandages around the midsection right now of Chase Emery, definitely favoring that. You know, I've said this many times before, if you come to the ring with an injury, something bandaged up, something taped up, that gives a bullseye to your opponent to target throughout the match. And, Stan Sierra is not a dumb man. He is a very smart man. 1,238-day reign as AMW champion. He's done something right over his, the last, 25 so years of his career. He's going to look at that injury and he's going to target that.
You're absolutely correct. Stan Sierra, a longtime veteran here in AMW and all over the Southeast. But Bobby Blade, I want to talk to you about something that we saw last week on AMW TV as Tony Presley tried to approach Stan Sierra and gain favor with the former heavyweight champion. And they're talking about how they both kind of dislike Kyle Maggard.
Yeah, Kyle Maggard, he's drawn the ire of Tony Presley. You know, he's definitely drawn the ire of Stan Sierra here. You know, they were in a best for business together.
Right.
And lately, Kyle Maggard seemingly has left that group.
You're absolutely correct. And we're getting ready to start here in this main event here on AMW Showdown. Don't forget this upcoming Saturday night in Hazard, Kentucky. AMW Showdown DX, as Billy Gunn is in town, and he will be in action. He will be meeting the fans, and VIP tickets are getting very low, Bobby Blade.
You saw right there, Adrian Alexander distracted Chase Emery, and Stan Sierra got him from behind, but now it's Chase Emery on the offense, sending Stan Sierra to the floor.
Chase Emery early in this contest, Bobby Blade. He's not showing any fear. He's still favoring those ribs a little bit, but he might be in better shape than we have given him credit for right now.
I think you're correct in that, but however, though, like I said earlier, you know, that's a target. You know, that's going to be worked over. He's not 100%, you know, in his rib area right there. He's definitely not 100%. Stan Sierra is a thinking man's wrestler, and he will exploit any opportunity that he gets to get ahead.
You're absolutely correct. And Bobby, you know, like you mentioned, when you see the tape, it's like a bull seeing red.
Yeah. And I think that's going to come into play very shortly here. Stan Sierra letting this crowd know exactly what he thinks about him.
Stan needs to pay attention here.
You know, just because a man has an injury, you know, that is bandaged up and everything doesn't mean you can take him lightly. I mean, you can still target that, but you still got to think of the threat that they pose.
You're absolutely correct. Remember Chase Emery, you know, he could be in good contention here for the AMW Southeastern Championship. A win over Stan Sierra could put him into position to become that #1 contender for the AMW Southeastern Championship, held by Murphy Costigan, again, who made his presence known earlier tonight.
Absolutely. Got Chase Emery almost as soon as he started talking in that interview to open the show. Lord Murphy Costigan, the Southeastern champion, was angered a couple of weeks ago in a tag team match when Chase Emery pulled out the victory, and that wasn't by luck.
No, absolutely correct.
Chase Emery paying a little bit of attention to Adrian Alexander on the floor there. Stan Sierra paying attention to the crowd. I think they both kind of need to pay attention to each other because one man is a threat to the other.
You can hear the fans getting under the skin of Stan Sierra here. Oh, Chase Emery watching Adrian Alexander on the outside. You know, Adrian, you know, can be a big benefactor in this as well. You know, you want to talk about an individual that is able to make his presence known when he is on the outside of the ring with best for business.
You saw Stan Sierra go to the eyes of Chase Emery and then try to take him on a tour of the turnbuckles, but Chase Emery reversed that. Now he's taking Stan around the world here.
One more. Can he go all the way around? Around the world they go. And big fist there from Emery. Emery looking for a quick pin here, trying to hook that leg. And a kick out at 2.
Might I add that big close fist by Chase Emery was highly illegal, completely ignored by the referee.
Stan wanting the timeout in the corner, Bobby Blade.
Well, he was just hit by a closed fist. I can't blame him.
I've seen Stan Sierra drop his fair share of closed fists before.
You've seen Stan Sierra wrestle competitively at all levels.
Now lock up in the center of the ring here. Oh, and a right to the eyes here, Bobby Blade.
But that's okay. He was just paying him back for that closed fist earlier.
And now sending him across. Up and over Emery goes. Emery looking for that drop kick, connects.
Yeah, right on the money.
And with another. And an arm drag bringing over Stan Sierra.
And Stan Sierra is not a small man. He is a very big man to be able to pull him over in the arm drag like that.
I was going to say, there's some power there in Chase Emery, Bobby Blade.
Yeah.
And now drops that elbow across the arm. And now he's got that arm cinched up in the center of the ring, Bobby.
You hear Adrian Alexander, pointing out the fact that Chase Emery is pulling the hair of Stan Sierra.
What hair?
He's got a beard. He was pulling the beard.
He said hair. There is no hair.
The beard? Is that not hair?
We call that a beard.
It took him a while to cultivate that on his face and farm it out. It's a very nice looking beard, and Chase Emery's trying to pull it out of his face.
And now club to the back and elbow to the back there. And again, he just back to the eyes. Come on. Against Stan Sierra.
Oh, look at this. Look at this behind the referee's back. Adrian Alexander, the double ace, is choking him on the ropes.
There is what I was talking about a little bit earlier, where Adrian Alexander could become a benefactor in this contest. Referee needs to turn around and pay attention to Adrian Alexander.
Adrian Alexander knows what's best for business, and what's best for business is choking out Chase Emery.
That is not best for business.
It worked, didn't it?
And there's a headbutt. Again, referee, get Adrian off the ring.
Oh, look at this, look at this.
Got Higgins.
Mr. Higgins makes his debut this week.
And Higgins across the throat of Chase Emery. Adrian Alexander got his job done.
Oh, look at that.
Come on.
Oh, they're working as a well-oiled unit. This is a machine. Best for business is a machine.
This is ridiculous, Bobby Boy.
Ridiculous?
Yes,
Well,
ridiculous.
Their tactics are working, are they not?
Come on. Now to the throat.
Playing a game of ping pong with the referee. Everything being done is behind the referee's back, so therefore it's completely legal.
And
Mr. Higgins
again.
This is smart. This is smart.
I don't believe this.
Not only can he focus on the bandaged area of Chase Emery, he can also take every underhanded shot that he can.
How does Chase Emery have a fair shot in this match, Bobby Boy?
He doesn't.
Yeah, you're right. It's not a fair shot at all.
Because Best for Business is out thinking him.
They're cheating.
Doesn't matter.
Reversal and a kitchen sink. And, of course, right into that taped-up area of Chase Emery.
Yeah.
Taped-up rib cage. Here's the count. And kick out at 2.
Injured ribs or not, you're not going to be able to keep Chase Emery down this early, I think,
No, you're not. You're not. Chase Emery, he can take a licking and keep on ticking,
Yep. Look at that bear hug, focusing on that midsection right there, just squeezing him for all it's worth. If he does have some broken ribs or something like that, some damage done by Lord Murphy Costigan right now, Stan Sierra is going to exploit that and use it to his advantage. Could get a submission here. Oh, wait a minute.
Emery
Headbutt.
trying to fight out. There's another headbutt. Rocking Stan Sierra there. Into third. Stan reversing. Emery rolling him up. 1, 2. Kick out at 2. Thought he might have had him, but no, a clothesline now.
He was stopped by the freight train.
2. And kick out at 2 once
He
again.
was stopped by the freight train known as Stan Sierra. Stan questioning the referee, that saying that was a 3. It clearly wasn't, but,
Yeah.
Oh, and look on the floor. Look on the floor.
Come on.
Oh, wait. He's going to work on the rib area right there. Smart thinking by Adrian Alexander.
Rolls him back into the ring, and Stan Sierra going right back to work on Chase Emery with the boots there.
Each member of Best for Business works as a cog in the machine, and without one of those cogs, it just doesn't work. Look at that.
Again. Referee admonishing Adrian Alexander for that one. He saw him, I think. Oh. And Oh, again, across the throat.
Drops the big hammer into the throat. And the Adam's apple of Chase Emery.
Stan Sierra is not a small individual. An elbow across the throat, that can take out your airways very easily.
Absolutely. If you drop it right down into the Adam's apple area, that pushes the Adam's apple back into the throat. You restricts your airflow there. You saw the
Emery flipping in, Bobby.
Yeah.
Maybe looking at sunset flip, brings him over. 1, 2. And a kick out at 2.
Only a 2.
Oh, and a big clothesline there.
Yeah, Emery not able to follow through with that. He was stopped by Stan Sierra once again. It seems like every time Chase Emery tries to mount some kind of offense, he's stopped by Stan Sierra or Adrian Alexander, working as a unit.
You're absolutely correct, Bobby Blade. This is essentially a handicap match right now. Emery trying to fight back. Elbow. And another one. Oh, right into the eye.
Yeah. Turned it so the referee couldn't see it.
And now Stan Sierra going back to work on Chase Emery in this main event here on AMW Showdown. Whips him all the way across.
Chase Emery out of the way.
Emery.
Raining down right hands onto Stan Sierra's head. Adrian Alexander up on the apron.
Oh, he gets one for his efforts.
He got rocked. The referees with Adrian Alexander. Here comes Chase Emery. Brings him in the hard way.
And rightfully so. There's a clothesline on the Stan Sierra. And one to Adrian. And another, he takes his head off there with a clothesline.
Just knocked the life out of Adrian Alexander. Adrian Alexander is now a walking corpse.
Emery pulling Stan Sierra back to the vertical base. And a double noggin knocker there.
Stan Sierra draped across the rope. Adrian Alexander trying desperately to get out of the ring and away from Chase Emery.
Whoa.
Look at this. Oh, Eric Porter takes Mr. Higgins. Mr. Higgins with a shot.
And a flatliner. Oh, no, not like this. Like this.
Yes, like this.
1, 2, Stan Sierra gets the win. With the help of Best for Business, it was like a 3-on-1 at one point. Stan Sierra, your victor here on AMW Showdown in the main event against Chase Emery.
And you got to think, did Lord Murphy Costigan watch this match? Is he proud of himself for wearing down Chase Emery before this match, allowing Stan Sierra to get the victory?
You very well could be correct, Bobby Blade, but I tell you what, this is not looking good for Chase Emery. And Chase Emery dumped to the outside, and again, just taking a beating tonight by Lord Murphy Costigan at the beginning of the show, and Best for Business triple teaming him all throughout the show here this evening, or this main event. My apologies.
Yeah, the shot with Mr. Higgins to the midsection. I think that was the end of Chase Emery. He couldn't take any more after that. The flatliner was just the garnish on the steak.
Yes. The icing on the cake, the garnish on the steak, whatever you want to call it, that flatliner was just it.
The au jus on the roast beef.
I like that. Well, there's, again, Stan Sierra getting back onto his winning way.
Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Hang on, Bobby Blade. Here's Tony Presley.
Oh, look at that.
And the box office blondes, and Tony Presley's hand is out. He wants to build that alliance for Best for Business, Bobby Blade.
He absolutely does.
I don't know what to think.
As New South going to align with Best for Business?
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
just a stare
wow.
down.
He
just
didn't
a
shake,
stare down.
He didn't shake his hand.
Just a stare down, and look at the face of Tony Presley. He is upset because Stan clearly does not want anything to do with New South.
Yeah, that's clear. Definitely clear. Now you have an angry Tony Presley.
I don't want to see an angry Tony Presley. He is upset. He is mad. The box office Blondes by his side. The New South Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Bobby Blade, AMW Showdown this Saturday night, Hazard, Kentucky. Get your tickets on amwrestling.com. We'll see you there.